Good evening, everybody, and
Hey everyone.
Great to see you again. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining us for our first stream of 2022. How exciting! We're joined by the usual crowd in the studio, but we're also joined by a very special guest today as well. Let's start off with him, the NorthernAlex. Great to have you with us. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Hello, everybody.
Hey,
I'm
Alex.
doing well. How are you?
Not too bad at all, thank you. And maybe for people who don't know who you are, maybe you can just give yourself a little quick introduction.
A quick introduction. Yeah, I'm the NorthernAlex, live in northern Alberta, born in Germany, came over here about 16 years, almost 17 years ago. Was involved with trucking since 2002, since 18 Wheels of Steel started.
Whoa.
So,
Wow.
it's been a while.
Nice.
Going
That's
old
quite a
school.
while, yeah.
Awesome.
Old school. Yep.
Love it. Also to my right hand side, I should be pointing this way. We have Darius as well. Darius, great to see you again. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, and first stream of the year, amazing. I just want to point out I absolutely love your background.
Oh, thank
Me
you.
too. Me too. It must
It's the
be.
occasion.
It must be
New
expensive.
Year's.
It must be expensive to keep it
I
going.
saved them all up. Yeah. I saved them all up. Just just thought I'd have them going in the background. So just thought nice little celebration there. And of course, Namiro, it's great to have you as well, coming to us live from the SCS studios in Prague in the Czech
Yes,
Republic.
sirs.
We are worldwide
Hey everyone.
today.
Hey
How you
everyone.
doing?
I'm fine. Thanks. I'm glad to be here. It's the first stream of this year, so I wouldn't be able to miss this.
Absolutely not, no. And it's great to be back. Honestly, we missed you. We hope everyone had a happy holidays and a great New Year as
absolutely.
well. Good to see lots of familiar names again in the chat. Of course, we're live over on Twitch, YouTube, and on Steam as well. So you can tune in from any one of those platforms. And of course, it's good to see lots and lots of you already. Yes, we do have double Alexes in the stream today. So I feel like
stream, yeah.
I do need to set the record here, right? Because the NorthernAlex is our guest. We are going to refer to him as Alex, and you can go and refer to me as my nickname London for today.
Or coffee lover.
Just because we have double, not coffee, not coffee lover, tea lover, please get it right. But London will do for me for today. So we'll give Alex the pleasure of being Alex today,
Being
and
Alex.
I'll take the side nickname for today. So, as many of you are already pointing out in the stream, yes, somehow we all managed to get the memo. I promise you it's not a sponsor stream, but we are all driving DAFs today. I feel like we're all on the same kind of wavelength for 2022. Yeah. It's looking good.
Yeah, I think it's the mirror. The mirrors is what it's doing.
It's the new tech. It's the new tech. It's the the digital mirrors. It's the little side window option that you can get as well. It's just a new truck, new year, new truck, new paint job. I feel like that is the theme for today's stream. Big hype in the chat, absolutely. Let us know, chat, where you're tuned in from as well. We'd love to know where you're watching from in the world. Let's get a location check. The first location check of 2022. Let's do that.
Oh, you can't miss this one.
I love that the very first response is Slovakia. Perfect.
Oh,
Very first location check. There we go.
Location check. Here we go. India, Brazil. We got
anyone from
Romania,
Canada? Anyone from
Poland,
Canada? Any Alex's neighbors or something?
England,
Yeah, I was about
Chicago.
to say it. I'm curious what the temperatures is where you guys are.
We got British Columbia, Canada there from Def Gamer 2015.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
And
actually
temperatures, yeah.
that's actually a good question, chat. Let us also know not only from where are you tuning in, but also what's the temperature there, because Alex told us the shocking news that today they had what? It was like minus 45 degrees Celsius in your place.
There, I don't know if you can see it. Minus 37.
Oh, minus 37.
Minus
Oh
37.
my
Imagine that.
And the wind chill is minus 45. So it's
I can't.
Actually, I once watched a short documentary on YouTube about some city where the lowest temperatures are happening, and they were saying people there actually never turn off their cars. They just come back from work,
Keep them running.
and they keep them running until the second day. Is this similar at your place, Alex?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I know a lot of people might frown upon that, but yeah, up here with the trucks, for example, we have trucks in the yard that haven't been turned off for the last week and a half. They get fueled up
Wow.
while the engine is running, because otherwise you turn them off
Yeah.
and that's it. You're
And,
not going to turn
and
them
then
on
you just
for a
wait
while.
for summer.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. And how warm does it get in summer is the question. Like, what
No,
is the high
it-
temperatures that you get?
Like here, it's we had last summer. I don't want to say something wrong. I think 37 was the high.
That's a lot
So-
higher than I was expecting. You know, I thought maybe, you know, your summer would be like 5 degrees Celsius or, you know, just
No.
above freezing still. You're like, yeah, it's
Summer.
baking out here. I'm getting a
Baking.
tan and everything, you know. Got the suntan lotion.
I
No,
have
I
a quick
can say,
technical
we still
question.
have
Yeah, come on.
we still have
Go on.
seasons. Like there's
still have
real
seasons, yeah.
summer, real winter.
That's surprisingly
Real fall.
warm. I was not
Just
expecting that. I'll
short.
be completely honest. I thought, you know, being that far up north, you know, it wouldn't get too warm still. But I guess you do have also the those longer days and shorter nights up there as well, right?
Oh yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, I have my
So
job.
Are you seeing the sun at all?
I have my job. You can copy
So-
it. I will wait for you.
Yeah,
have a
that
job?
was like
Yes.
my technical question is just like apparently I'm not eligible to take it because I don't have a DR4. So
Wait, you're not licensed to take this
You're
kind
not
of car?
licensed, and you know why is that?
Darius.
You know why is that? Because you always miss the XPs from the reverse parking. If
yeah.
you would actually
Uh,
reverse park, then you would have this talent point. You know.
where are we going? Just tell me where we are going. Maybe I'll
Uh,
find something similar.
We are going
my,
to Vigo, the city of Vigo in Portugal. Is it still Portugal or is it Spain?
Is it far?
Can you see my stream? It's above.
hold on.
It's above Porto.
Oh yeah, perfect.
It's above Porto.
Okay, I see it. Okay, I'll find something. Hold on.
You
After
can just
breaks,
ride with us, basically.
I will
just-
probably just like tag along, most likely, and it will give me a perfect excuse to skip parking. by the
Oh,
way.
so it's all planned. so it's all planned.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
It's all
Listen, what
planned.
happened to New Year's resolutions? What happened to
I
New
think-
Year, New Me?
I'm
Yeah.
working on it. You know, like you set a New Year's resolution, and then you have the entire year. You know, so it's like 12 months.
You're meant to do it at the start of the year, not the end of the year.
Oh no, I think that's how it works, right? Right, guys?
End of the year
Everyone?
resolution, just
Oh,
for one
my
day.
goodness.
Yeah.
But actually, that's another
Uh,
good topic. Do you guys, any one of you, Alex, London, Darius, anyone in the chat, do you actually set up some New Year resolutions for yourself? And if so, then what it is?
know what?
No, I gave up on that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say I never really do New Year's resolutions anymore. I mean, like, I guess I have you know, more simple kind of life goals of just like, but they're more personal, I'd say. But yeah, in terms of like more generic stuff, not really. But what about you, chat? Any New Year's resolutions in the chat? Let us know. More trucking? Is that a resolution?
That's a good resolution, I
That's a good
think.
resolution. Yeah.
Not freezing. It's mine.
Staying warm.
Staying warm.
Staying
yeah.
warm. Yeah, true. That's a good resolution to have for sure.
All right, guys, I see
Right.
you all have the trailer attached, so let's hit the road.
Oh, right.
My
Sounds good.
imaginary trailer.
I will do.
Okay,
I
so
will do
like,
the flashbacks, guys.
You're gonna do flashbang? The first flashbang of 2022. Cover your eyes. I wasn't too bad.
That wasn't too bad.
No.
It wasn't horrible.
mild flashback.
You know,
Alright,
it's
Flash.
funny though, since we are hauling Willie Pete, it's, yeah.
All right. So Darius is gonna be our convoy control now. He needs to put some
I'm
beacons on
just
and
gonna
start
go last, and I'm
racing
gonna be
ahead
like,
and stopping traffic. And
Yeah.
that's what
I'm
you
just
gotta- that's
gonna
what you
like
gotta do for us.
roleplay.
I,
You know?
I would say Darius should
Having
like
fun.
drive the way with us, but reversing all the way up.
Reverse. How slow that would be.
Hey, I mean, that's
Oh
not
my
a bad
goodness.
idea though. Like, you know, Fast and Furious 2. You know,
Yeah.
anyone?
Or any
Just
other
not
any other
Fast or
Fast and,
Furious.
yeah, any other Fast and Furious, like like denying physics and everything.
Are you
Oh,
calling
by the
us-
way,
Oh, go on.
oh, by the way, I totally have no idea if we were about to mention this throughout the stream or anything, but just to hype this stream up, I'd just like to mention that I think this is the first time that we have a guest who can actually drive a truck, right?
Oh.
Or I believe it
Yeah.
is the very first one.
Is
I
it?
think it is.
Is it?
Is it?
It should be.
Didn't actually NeoFox as well be where?
What about Riot Stream as well? Maybe.
A Riot Stream? Yeah, Riot Stream was a truck
He
driver.
definitely
Yeah.
shot jokes. Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
think he
fair
might have been
enough.
our
But
first.
Alex-
It's always a pleasure to kind of have an expert on board. right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But Alex, I wanted to ask, like, since I knew that you originally have like been born in Germany, but now you are living in Canada. What was the reason to move there?
Oh boy, there's many reasons. It's a long story, to be honest. Well, I can make it short. Short story is that I felt like I'm missing something. Like I was born where I was not supposed to be. There was something in me that told me I'm searching for something. And when I finally came to Canada, for the first time in my life, I felt home. So
Ooh.
that's the short and long of it. That's
And
how
how
I
did
ended up
how
up
did
here.
you how did you know that it's Canada?
That I didn't know. I thought it's somewhere in North America. I was deployed in Afghanistan. I came back. I took 6 weeks off after Afghanistan and went pretty much rented a travel trailer and a pickup truck and went from Calgary all the way through the Rocky Mountains down to Vancouver. And then I turned around and came back through the Caribou Mountains, came back home and told my parents pretty much, hey mom, you said you don't want me to deploy anymore. Well, guess what? I'm not deploying anymore, I'm moving away. And that was me going to Canada.
Wow, what a story! That's crazy. That's crazy. But I'm so glad that you
It's
feel at
very
home in Canada,
condensed,
yeah.
but I don't want to bore you with the boring
No,
details, but
understandable. Understandable. I can understand that. Well, it seems like we're having maybe a few technical issues on the stream here. What's going on in
Oh.
chat? Video is lagging. The voices are fine. We've got a bit of laggy video
Yeah.
going on.
I just wanted
Stream
to
is
write
lagging
it.
so much.
I just wanted to write it to Philip on mobile phone that the stream is laggy as
The stream is
hell.
lagging. Listen,
Okay,
Chat.
I get a signal that Philip is working on it.
chat. Enjoy the slideshow. I mean, we'll keep pushing.
Yeah,
the next,
Enjoy,
we'll keep-
enjoy,
it's a
enjoy the set of
presentation.
screenshots we prepared for you this evening.
It's the next slide button being pushed too many times. We'll get it sorted though. We appreciate you letting us know, as always. But yeah, let's start to focus here now. Alex, since you are a guest today, we invited you
Alex,
on the stream.
can you go
we
first,
wanted to
please?
learn. What's that?
If Alex can go actually first,
Oh,
or any
go
one
ahead.
of you.
Oh, sure.
Go for it, Alex. No
I'm
pressure.
going. 10 for
But yeah, no, we're gonna start asking you some questions. Kind of put you in the hot seat here, Alex, if that's okay.
good.
That's the reason why we got you here today. And I mean, usually the first question we ask, right? Usually the first question is asked, like, how did you come up with your name? But I kind of feel like in this case it might be a little bit self-explanatory. But being from the north of Canada, and your name being Alex, I'm guessing that's all there is really to it. Is that correct?
So yeah, it's funny though because my initial YouTube channel had a completely different name that
Oh, really?
nobody really could pronounce.
Okay.
It was pretty much 4GV and 4EVR1.
You still remember that? What?
Oh yeah,
I mean, I still remember my
forever. I thought it was super easy.
yeah. I
but-
mean, I still remember my
remember-
ICQ number, like till this day, like brain.
ICQ. Now
Yeah.
you're dating yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. I realized once I decided to make gaming videos that 4GV and 4EVR1 might not be the most brand-friendly name. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm Alex. I'm in the north. The NorthernAlex. Here we go.
Understandable. And you touched
That's
there
all
on
about stuff.
creating gaming videos. And would you say that is your primary focus right now? Because I know previously you have done streams. And do you still live stream, or do you do just mainly gaming videos at the moment?
No, I live stream every night still. I tried earlier this year. I tried the full-time gig, and that was almost working. Unfortunately, not quite. So now I'm in the workforce again, but I still do my live streams every night, and on the weekends I try to do their live streams during the day, and maybe who knows what happens after this live stream.
Fantastic. And well, your main channel being over on YouTube, just under the TheNorthernAlex, and that's where people can find you, right, if they want to tune in.
Correct.
Awesome. So you know where to go. We're dropping the links in the chat as we speak. They're being posted by our favorite friend, Nightbot. Everyone loves Nightbot. Not really, but yeah, make sure to go give Alex a subscribe or follow, whatever it is these days on YouTube. They keep changing it up, as far as I'm aware. But we want to ask you, how did you first, get into creating gaming videos and doing live streams? Where did it all begin for you?
Honestly, I don't know exactly when I started live streams. It was fun. I didn't even know that live streams existed until a buddy of mine in an Armor community said, "Oh yeah, live streams are a thing," and that was even before I made really YouTube videos. I made, what was it, 2006, I think. I made my very first video on a completely different channel because there was a 15-second thing, and in 2000 and don't let me lie, what was it, 2011, I think, I started actually making videos for, back then, for GTA 4 RP community. And give me 1 second here, I don't want to hit anything.
It is an art. It is an art doing driving and talking at the same time here.
It's yeah, and then trying to remember all the dates because it's been a while. 2011, I think, was the first real quote-unquote gaming video that I made, and that was for GTA 4 with the RCMP clan. And somebody said, oh, actually, I made videos for a mod because I was a modder back then and did skins for the RCMP clan, like, the RCMP liveries pretty much for the police cars. And I wanted to showcase those, and I did, and they were all like, well, why don't you make videos? I'm like, nah. With your voice, you should. Nah, shouldn't. Well, I did anyway. The rest, then from there on, it just took off.
I wanted to say, like, your voice is like really, really good for any like podcast videos. Oh, I saw that.
My goodness.
That was close. That was so close.
Yeah.
There's actually an accident here ahead of us, so. Blue little car decided.
Did you, when you started making the videos and streaming, did you dislike your voice? Listening to yourself, and then it kind of grew on you?
I think for the first year, I had a really hard time editing any video because I listened to my voice and like, how can anybody listen to me?
Yeah, but I believe like it's the same for most of the people. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think you hear yourself different than what people like. You are used to the bass of your, or to a certain timbre of your voice because, well, you listen to yourself, and then if you do the electric editing, it's missing something, and I think that's what throws a lot of people off. It for me anyway.
Understandable. But, yeah. No, I agree. I can't really watch back any of our streams in most cases. I just don't like hearing my own voice. But that's just like I said, something that I think the majority of people would agree on as well, hearing their own voice. But wow, it does sound like you've been kind of doing content creation and streaming for such a long time now. I mean, the years probably have flown past for you. Now being in 2022, and would you say like it was quite difficult for you in the beginning to kind of get into, creating live streams and doing videos?
No, to be honest with you, I think I was very lucky in that I started when I started because the YouTube gaming per se wasn't the thing at all. And it was not so overrun yet. Nowadays, I think I have the deepest respect for everybody who decides these days to start streaming or start a channel. And if you are thinking about it, I can only encourage you, try it. Some will find out it's not for them and it's not for everybody. But
do you think like it's just a good time to start because of the corona and the world pandemic, like all these streaming platforms have been like getting through a massive boom, and pretty much they say like pretty much everyone is trying to do this. Isn't the market already like overcrowded, and isn't it like harder for anyone to start now because like there is way too much streamers and everyone's streaming everything, and it's way hard to like find something new for the audiences?
I be honest with you, I think it was never really easy. It might have been easier back in the day, but everything worth achieving is not really easy in life, and so
That's
I can
true.
only
That's
encourage
absolutely
everybody,
true.
do it. Just don't expect it to be like, don't expect to stream and there's instantly 50 people watching you. I streamed for 2, 3, 4, 5 people for a good year and a half probably. And then it's important, you have to build a community. That's the main thing. Build a community. I mean, you guys see it, the best community ever. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It helps. And don't play something just, that's the one tip that I can give everybody. Don't play anything just for the views. Play it because you enjoy it. Otherwise, I made the same mistake. That's why I can say honestly, it doesn't help you. It doesn't give you views. It just makes you sad. And it should make you happy. It honestly should.
But you still have quite a lot of supporters when you made the switch from, or recently you made the switch from Twitch to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And you still have quite a lot of people there, or?
Yeah.
So that's nice.
It's slower than what it was on Twitch for sure, and maybe sometime in the future, who knows? Never say never, but for now, my home is YouTube, and it's easier for me doing it not full-time, just to concentrate on one platform. So...
It's understandable. Some good words of wisdom coming out there from Alex. I'm imagining there's quite a few people getting inspired on the other side of our stream for sure. And you're right. I mean, it's not easy. There will be tough days and even tough weeks or even tough months maybe for streamers. Like you said, streaming has become so accessible for so many people now, which is really fantastic. I find it really great that anyone can really just jump in and do a stream now. Just to kind of show off their favorite game and their personality or their art and stuff like that. But you do have a lot of competition per se. But with that does come a lot of fantastic communities, like you were saying. Like people group up together and support each other, make friendships, and even more, which is really, really great to see. That kind of gaming has definitely become more mainstream and kind of widely accepted, especially when we're talking about truck sims here. I think a lot of people kind of back in the day might have thought simulation games are really just a niche thing, really just kind of a geeky thing to do back in the day. But now we've had Formula 1 drivers playing our game. We've had different well-known personalities and streamers, and it just goes to show that gaming is for everybody. And
it's
it's fantastic to see. Yeah.
And I can only tease up a little bit because actually as it is a beginning of the new year, today I was a part of kind of let's say secret, or how to call it, internal meeting where we were discussing what content is about to come for our games in this year. And I can only say that you guys from the community are gonna be extremely excited and happy about most of the content that we are already working and planning for you. I can't tell more, I'm sorry, but it was good to just imagine all the faces and happy reactions when we will reveal our cards through the year.
Oh, I'm excited.
The
tease.
That must have been such a secret meeting, even we don't know about it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, really,
I will share the info with you guys, don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We're in. But no, it sounds exciting. Lots of exciting things happening for 2022, which is always great to see. We look forward to more content. I'm sure our community does as well. Continuing now on with kind of the streaming questions. We have seen you've got quite a bit of a professional setup these days in terms of streaming. Can you maybe run through what kind of setup you kind of have going at the moment for your streaming?
Catcam, dogcam.
For the streaming itself, I'm running a one system setup, which sometimes I wonder if two systems would have been better, but it's doable, as you can see. I have an i9. Darn it, it's been a while since I built this thing. But it is a custom built, unlocked i9. I think it's 44K with a 2080 Ti, 64 gigs of RAM, 6 or 7 SSDs
64 gigs
in
of
there.
RAM. Can I borrow some?
Yeah. No.
I mean, you need 32 gigs of that just for Chrome alone. So I mean, you just
Shots fired, shots fired. Anyone from Google, type in chat, what do you think about this?
It's true though. Have you seen how much RAM that takes up? Oh my goodness, it really just sucks it up. It really does.
They use our computers for cryptocurrency, definitely.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, a new graphics card would be nice, but good luck with that.
Yeah, it is
yeah,
very,
good
very
luck
hard
with that
to
these
get
days.
components
Yeah.
at the moment. Yeah, thanks to crypto and NFTs and all the rest as well. It's not
So
great.
ETS2 NFTs
What
when?
happened?
Oh my goodness, I don't know if we should ever go down that route personally. That's just my personal opinion of it, but yeah, that's been an interesting run at the moment so far. So, but also in terms of driving as well, are you using a steering wheel at the moment? Are you got a setup there for driving, or are you just keeping it simple with the gamepad?
No, that's actually funny because, well, a lot of you guys might know Bay Area Bucks and Bay Area and Jeff. They are both the reasons that I got back into trucking because, like I said, I was 18 wheels of steel the whole time until I actually started full-time trucking in Canada, and I didn't have time anymore. And then I got back into another job after that, and it was Bugs that said, "Hey, you should check out Euro Truck Simulator." I'm like, you know what? I come from Europe, and it's not 18 wheels of steel. I don't have American trucks, and all the reasons not to do it. The main one being I don't have a wheel. But okay, I'll give it a try. So for my first, I want to say 6 or 7 weeks of Euro Truck 2, I was playing keyboard and mouse and was doing fairly well, and then I got my hands on a used G27 back then, a refurbished one, and that carried me through until I switched to Thrustmaster, and that's what I'm using now. It's a Thrustmaster TX base with a Sparko 383 rim.
Yeah, we have one of these. We have one of these in the studio, and these are really, really amazing wheels.
I love those. Like the big rim is just for trucking.
Yeah.
And I don't race. Before you guys ask, oh, you have such a nice setup. Do you race? No, I don't race because I suck at racing.
Oh no, yeah.
Everybody who knows me, who's seen any of my content, knows that racing and we don't go together.
Understandable. It's not easy. I have given like iRacing and the likes of it a go, and I've just never been able to outperform myself and get into first place or second or even on the grid. So it's never been too good for me. That's understandable. But no, I couldn't agree more. You know, the Thrustmaster wheel is fantastic. But that's what I kind of think makes our game great. You know, it is again accessible for all different sorts of controllers, from keyboards to gamepads to wheels. And like you said, you know, you used it for several months or more, just using a keyboard and mouse, and was doing pretty well. And I was exactly the same. I think I played on a keyboard and mouse for like the first year or two, even before I even upgraded to a wheel. And it does enhance the experience, but by no means does it mean using a keyboard is a bad thing. Like I know some people that are better the drivers than me with a keyboard while I'm using a wheel. So it really is great to
Darius,
see.
on what device do you play today? Is it keyboard or the gamepad or wheel or?
Who, me?
No, Darius.
Darius?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I'm playing on a wheel.
On a wheel? Oh, okay.
Oh, of course.
Obviously, you know, now I'm a professional tracker and everything.
Yeah, then why don't you
Hard
reverse?
parking and yeah.
Shots fired.
Come on, man. I'm using a gamepad personally at the moment. I've still not set up that wheel. I've got it. You know, ever since I moved over from Prague again, I still haven't set up that wheel. I've got a G29. I know the G27 is also a very good setup. I know many people that have used that and continue to use that with the gear shifter setup as well. I know that was very favorable to kind of have that on the side, which made it really nice as well. So it's cool. It's cool to see kind of how you've gone through those different ways of playing, for sure. And it's quite interesting to hear that, you know, as a trucker, you still can, you know, continue trucking on both games, because you actually play a bit of both, don't you, Alex?
Yeah, I do. It's I'm always back and forth. It's when people ask me, "What's your favorite, ATS or ETS?" And I'm always like, If
Yeah.
I want to drive in Europe, it's ETS too. If I want to drive in North America, it's ATS. I have no favorites. I think both games are great on their own realm, and both games do a great job depicting what's going on the road, including some AI.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like to complain about AI, and it does have its moments.
No, I'm not complaining about AI at all, because if you ever driven a real truck in real life, then you know that the AI is actually sometimes pretty smart compared to what's going on.
That's true. That is true, yeah. Everyone thinks
so. I actually enjoy the accidents and stop and go traffic and whatnot. So weird that way.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, it's a good way to kind of experience kind of like both sides of the Atlantic there, and learn different things about them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I gotta ask, if you're driving an American Truck Simulator, what do you usually drive over there?
It's always a toss-up. I really like Volvos as they are super comfortable in real life. I do like cab-overs, because the first truck that I drove over here was a 7800 International with a Screaming Jimmy in it. So that was an old truck. And I drove Peterbilt's, Kenworth. Yesterday, actually, I drove 576. So the smaller Peterbilt with drop deck trailer, and it's just nice. It's you can switch it up. You're not really bound by any constraints that today you drive a Kenworth, tomorrow you can drive a Peterbilt and whatnot, and that's only possible in a truck simulator, or if you are Bill Gates, I guess.
Yeah, if you have a lot of money, then you can do that in real life too, basically.
It's actually
that's
so cool, like when you say you were driving an actual truck yesterday, and today now it's morning for you, and you are playing Euro Truck Simulator with us.
Amazing, amazing.
That's so cool to hear.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the conditions must be incredibly different. As you're talking to us about the weather, in terms of where you are right now, minus 37 degrees Celsius at the moment. I imagine this must be quite nice for you. You don't have to worry too much about slippery roads or ice and snow build-up and everything like that. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's quite an easy drive compared to the virtual drive?
To be honest with you, everything below minus 30, you don't have to worry too much about slippery roads, because the snow becomes pretty much like glue. You stick to the road, essentially.
No way.
Really?
It's nice. The dangerous zone, where it's really slippery, is about -5 to +5. That's what truck drivers over here absolutely despise, because the road just becomes soapy. But yeah, it is definitely nice here to drive right now and not to worry about not being able to see, because the exhaust smoke from the truck ahead of you is pretty much creating just a fog bank that sits and goes nowhere. It's if you never experienced that temperature, and my fellow Canadians out there, you guys know that when you have sundogs, for example, where it's so cold that the moisture in the air, just the little droplets, freeze out and create the most amazing, it's kind of like a fog, but not really, because that stuff freezes up your antennas, and you have to stop and remove the ice from the antennas, because otherwise all of a sudden you have your CB antenna in 2 pieces.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Wow.
It's
That's actually some really good like new info for me. That's amazing.
It's different.
I've never been thinking about it this way. Like, what temperature so low can do with the weather and with the air and with everything.
Yeah, and I never thought about that stuff either. But once you live the first year in northern Alberta, you learn in a hurry.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And too, like when you see on Twitter when the government tweets, "Oh, make sure that your winter kits are in the trucks and in your cars." That's not a joke, because at minus 30, minus 40 degrees, if you are on the side of the road, and like I told you guys, it's 2.5 hours for me to the next town. Or to the next bigger city. There's towns in between, but small ones. But still, it's about half an hour until somebody sometimes can get to you. You want to be prepared. Otherwise, you're gonna be a little popsicle by the time they find you.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was actually going to ask that question, kind of what are the most necessary provisions to have on you when you're out in a truck in those sort of conditions? You know, what would you say is absolutely necessary to have in your cab?
Well, you definitely want to have lots of layers of clothes because you can't overstate the importance of clothing and layering them. Like not only, you know, one snowsuit or something like that, but you want to have a couple of different gloves. You want to have blankets. You want to have some sort of fuel with you, be that now a little hand warmer or something like that, or even depending on how remote you live, that's really something that you have in your truck is a little like essentially that you can make a little fire in your car because well, if the engine is off, then you don't have, and that is something that I never understood up here. We just started having Webasto's in the trucks. Up until recently, that was not a thing, or up until a few years ago, which I never understood really why that can be. In Germany, I remember when I was apprentice, we had already we put those in.
Yeah,
you
can get them in your personal cars here in Europe pretty easily.
Yeah, and you don't have that here at all. That's
weird. Like basically you don't need them in Europe that much, you know. And yeah, that's weird.
That's one of those things that I don't understand. But yeah, you definitely want to have that. You want to make sure that people know what your route is, where you're gonna be at what time, and if you don't call in within, let's say 2 hours tops, then I have worked here with search and rescue, and yeah, when they don't call in within 2 hours, then there's people going on the road, there's RCMP going up the highway, and because it is life and death, really, if it gets really cold.
It really is pretty extreme, and it really kind of makes you think about, you know, the courage that the drivers have to go out every single day in those sort of conditions, you know, on a daily basis, and kind of makes you appreciate things just a little more, what, you know, people are doing out there. You know, you're making sure you're getting the supplies to your towns, and so you can eat in your homes, you know, staying warm, and you know, just kind of riding out those winter nights, and it just kind of brings a whole new appreciation to it all, you know. I really do feel like truck drivers are still severely kind of underappreciated in terms of you know, how much they do really make sure the world keeps spinning in terms of, you know, having things at your convenience close by, even more so in those kind of extreme temperatures. And it really is kind of like almost a heroic thing to do, I would say. And you know, to some people it might just seem like an everyday job when you say, oh yeah, I'm just a truck driver, but there's so much more to it. There is so much more to it. Yeah, like especially when you're talking about a life or death situation in those kind of extreme weather, it really just kind of brings a whole new perspective onto it of how dangerous it can really be out in those areas. And yeah, I mean, massive props to everybody involved, including yourself, who do battle those conditions, because it's I can imagine some nights it can be pretty scary on the road, you know. I wish maybe you wish sometimes that you were just facing a traffic jam and not a horrible storm, or, you know, zero visibility or freezing temperatures, right?
Well, you know, the guy that trained me up here initially, he told me it's not a matter of when you actually hit a snowstorm that's gonna put you in a ditch, but or if, it's just a matter of when, and that was true for me too. Like in 2010, I found that particular snowstorm for me too, and all the drivers told me, oh, don't go, just stay here at the truck stop, and I felt invincible, and you know, that's never a good advisor, because I made it almost to the next truck stop here, almost.
What happened?
Wow. Like, oh, I ended up going into a whiteout, and then I thought I hit the rumble strips on the left, on the right side, and pulled over to the left, and then I realized that those rumble strips were on the left, and that was actually the median that I just pulled over, and so yeah, it got interesting a little bit there.
There was there was too much of a snow, or like such a deep storm that you weren't able to see.
Oh yeah. whiteout conditions means that you sometimes don't even see the nose of your truck when other trucks
Really?
pass you.
Wow.
It's extreme.
It's a kind of like snowing and a fog together, or the temperature
No,
with the
it's
moisture.
normal snow, but it's just so fine that it's hard to explain. Imagine taking a white curtain, like those white like normal curtains, and put it over your eyes, and you just have this. Well, you see shades and forms and shadows, but that's pretty much all you see for seconds at a time.
I mean, I don't want to express that what I'm going to say it's like nearly or anywhere nearby the same thing, but they use a very similar term for when you are skiing in a storm, because like when there is snowing and there is a fog and you have like all the slopes are white as well, then you pretty much can't see nothing, like nothing at all, and
Yep.
it's really like hard to imagine that until you witness that on your own eyes, when there is like everything around you is blue, or not blue, white, sorry.
What? Yeah. But see, and the thing is, you have to keep in mind, we have a ton of plow trucks for sure, but sometimes it takes them a while. So you drive on conditions where if you are the first truck of the day by chance, then or if it snows a lot, you don't even have any.
Then you are the first
Any
pro as
markers.
well.
So.
And I imagine like your sense of direction as well can be really thrown off as well if it's in those kind of conditions. It almost, are you going left? Are you going right? Are you going straight?
Well, and that was the thing for me. I was sure that okay, well the rumble strip is gonna be on my right side, so I'm just gonna move a little bit left or a little bit more left, maybe just over center to get away from the ditch. Unfortunately, at that point, that rumble strip was already the center, so I actually put it in the opposite lane into the ditch.
Wow.
Yes, I'm using. No, actually, I'm not using easy drop off. I'm using random.
Random? Okay, no worries. But wow, that is really incredible. It's scary at the same time. I gotta say, like just even imagining that, it's incredibly scary. But thank you for sharing your stories with us. Honestly, it's super interesting for us to hear, because it's such a unique experience that you have up there. Very extreme weathers and temperatures, and in where you live. That we don't really get to talk about it that much. When we do hear it, it's super interesting to us for sure.
I especially appreciate like how we were all immersed into this conversation because of trucking and everything. So we completely ignored all our crashes on the road. And
there were none.
I have to go fix my truck because it was pretty bad. So yeah, well.
I'm sorry.
We did nothing.
Yeah.
We did nothing wrong, Big Alex. We were fine.
If it isn't on stream, nothing happened. That's the golden rule, right? Didn't see nothing.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we've arrived at our first destination, and time is flying. But I think we have time, maybe just for one more small job.
Yep. We will see.
We'll see.
We can always like pick something and just not finish it.
Complete it. Yeah. Understandable. Well, chat, if you're just tuning in, you're missing out on a heck of a conversation here, joined by the NorthernAlex. Some very interesting stories and history coming from himself. Make sure, again, to stay subscribed to our YouTube channel, because this will be appearing as a VOD straight afterwards. So if you're just joining us, make sure to go back and rewatch it, and make sure to give the NorthernAlex a follow on his YouTube channel as well. And I'm sure you can find all of his socials and stuff there as well. Alex, I imagine you're mainly on Twitter and Facebook, or not really so much?
Twitter recently took up Instagram, if you can believe it. I always said, nah, I'm not gonna do the Instagram.
Really? Wait, Twitter is now Instagram?
No, but
I
took
took
up on
Instagram. I was gonna say
Instagram because
yes.
Yeah, I didn't really think that I had anything to add there, but there's other people that make a lot better pictures than I do, but it's mainly either real life trucking stuff or construction stuff or games.
London, we look like we came to do some shady business here.
I'll slide over the briefcase. Don't worry.
Yeah. No police. If I spot single cop here,
It's like,
someone get hurt.
You got the trailer. You got the. Yeah, man, I got the trailer full of gifts. Speaking of presents, remember, folks, you do have limited time left of the Christmas event.
Oh
for
yeah,
World of
yeah,
Trucks.
yeah.
That
We actually
is happening right
plan to
now.
do one extra stream related to the event. I believe next
really?
week, probably. Yeah, just to remind people that there's still a chance to grab the rewards. I believe it's in the schedule. So maybe next week we will
all
see.
the details. Watertrucks.com. If you want to get involved, you can earn free in-game rewards. They're all related to the theme this year, which is all Christmas toys of yesteryear, some old retro toys. You can also earn yourself some lovely decorative cab lights as well, available for your truck cab as well. It's all very festive and lovely as well. So if you do want to get those in-game rewards plus some achievements as well for your World Trucks, make sure to get involved. You have until the 16th of January at midnight UTC to complete those by watertrucks.com for all the information you need. Alex, have you done that event, or?
Yes.
You have.
I'm very happy to say that so far I have not missed any event from you guys.
Cool.
Really? Wait from our very first one
that there is.
Wow, that is awesome.
Like
is
when
really
it comes
awesome.
to events, not all achievements. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but yeah, events I have every single one.
Guys,
be that now Big Sur, be that any of the Christmas events, and I wanted to just take 2 minutes to thank you guys, for having me here. The honor of being in the first stream of 2022. Also, I just noticed I need to change my license plate. It's still 21. But I can't thank you guys enough for that. And I think on behalf of the whole community for creating this game, this simulator, and just keeping up with it for these many years, and just content and more content and more content, and the event. For me personally, and I think I speak for the community when I say thank you very much for that.
Oh, thanks, man.
I appreciate it. No, thank you. Yeah, no, we really do love our community and everyone involved in it as well. They keep the game going as much as anybody else within our teams as well. You know, without our community, we wouldn't also keep running as well. So yeah, no, glad to have such a fantastic community and to keep up the support of our games and keep bringing new content. As Nemo said earlier, we've got lots of exciting content coming up for 2022, but of course, we're not going to explore that all at the start of the year. No, not at all. As much as we'd love to, because, you know, myself coming back from a community background, you know, I started off, you know, playing on the multiplayer mod Truckers MP and doing Truckers FM as well. I know how exciting it is to kind of be in the know of if something's coming around like that. And now I'm in the worst position where I know a lot of things, but I can't say any of them. It's like, I want to tell all my friends, but you have to.
You gotta love NDAs.
I know. Legally binding contracts, am I right? But no, really, it is very exciting year ahead as well, with lots of cool things happening. All right, well, it looks like we have time for one more
I found one
here.
short one. It's in the city below us, not that far, so just
Good
get
stuff.
Darius is all excited that he actually can haul something with us this time.
He's actually got a trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How does it feel? How does it feel, man?
We are definitely not making it to like parking, right? Or anything.
We should, or you should. Did you see
We'll be fine.
Did you see our parking skills? It was
yeah. I
smooth as
was
butter.
I was totally here the entire time, and I was watching. Right, Chad, I was here. You can tell.
Are you kidding? Why can't I hook up to this one?
Do you have the? Yeah.
Oh,
now
there we
you
go.
there.
There you go. Give it a bit of a shunt there. That'll work.
Somebody called the Benny is roasting Nemiro's parking skills.
This guy.
Well, speaking of, actually,
This guy.
I did see a message, Benny, by the way, but I am driving at the same time, so it's a little bit difficult to do what you've asked me. But I will help you out here. There you go, my friend. Okay. Benny back in the chat. There we go. Once we have a quick moment here. I'm not sure why Nightbot was being mean to you.
Is he getting the sword bag or what?
I cannot confirm nor deny what just happened there.
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. I think we've all got our trailers, so I think we are good to make a move out. Let's make a move here.
Let's
all right.
do this.
Well, this next part of the segment, as much as we'd love to talk about real life trucking and all of your stories and experiences as well, which hopefully we can touch on again in a little bit as well. But we wanted to focus a little bit on actually on truck sims, as you're mentioning.
I believe that Alex is gonna be the first guest of our stream when we will actually finally, bring the seasons and the snow into our game. Then he's going to be the one to test it live, and say like, okay, this is why this is what whiteout means like or looks like. You guys nailed it.
He will be our research point.
Yeah,
basically, we will need you for research if we bring that into.
Like, Alex, is this white enough, or should it be like just?
Can
you send us a reference photo and it's just a white picture?
Yeah, exactly.
Solid color over the screen,
But yeah, let's focus on a few truck sim questions here. I have a kind of a little list of them that we like to ask people who come onto our streams, whether that be some of our own staff or whether that be people from our community as well. And you've already kind of answered a couple of them, so we will skip over some of those, like the first one being what is your favorite ATS or ETS2, but you already got onto that, so we'll skip that one for now. But we got to ask, do you have a favorite part of American Truck Simulator and or your Truck Simulator 2 to trucking, like a DLC or a part of the world?
Well, for me, being born in Germany and being born near Frankfurt, the area around Frankfurt there is always where I find myself starting my journeys on ETS. I really like that. I do have to say, when it comes to a DLC though, I think the Spain DLC was the one that probably blew me out of the water the most. Like the amount, just the sheer amount of unique props that's in there is blows the mind. What am I doing here? I'm just.
I was gonna say. I was following you, but then you've gone.
Should I wait
yeah,
for
I was
guys?
following that log trailer in front of us. So.
You thought it was one of the other guys.
Okay, me and Darius is gonna slow down a bit so you can catch up.
That's
it's all good.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yep. Oh, there's a wall there. I will get away from that very quickly.
That's a good idea.
But no, yeah, you're right. Iberia, the part of the maps that we're in right now is really fantastic. It's a really beautiful part. Of course, it being the newest one as well, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but the quality in the par, it gets raised every year. So very much looking forward to the future content. Of course, one of the ones which we revealed already, Heart of Russia. Are you looking forward to that?
Yes, I am. I am very much so.
Very much so.
I'm curious how many cities you guys gonna have in there.
Well, that will remain a surprise for a little bit, but in this year, who knows? Maybe we'll start to reveal a little bit more over on our blogs and such. But how about an American Truck Simulator though? Do you really have a favorite area around there? Now I know, and I'm gonna shout them out because I think it is really cool. I know ProMods, the guys who do third-party map add-ons, do have a Canada add-on. Is that a? Oh wait, I've just missed my exit. Oh my goodness, is that a place that you like to try? I'm sorry, I was concentrating on the question.
Okay, let's wait. Let's wait for everyone, and I will be driving as last one this time. So,
there you go. Okay, I'm on the exit. You can start driving. It's fine.
No, I want to be the last one.
You want to be?
I mean, someone in the chat wanted me to drive as the last one, so they can see you guys in front of us.
Okay, so we all got to overtake you on this tiny road.
So you are going to be monitored for this job.
Okay,
so no
go ahead, Darius.
No, I think you should go first because
you're at the front there. You're at the front. Like, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Come on.
I mean, I'm gonna be covered by your 2 trucks anyway, so
right.
It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, you will.
Yeah, it's for the good. It's for the good of the stream,
Yeah, for the content.
We need to hide you away from the eyes.
That's it. But yeah, no. Going back to the topic at hand, for American Truck Simulator, do you have a favorite area to drive there?
At the moment, everything that's north. I like trees, and so I'm really looking. Well, obviously I'm looking forward to Texas because of its sheer size, but I'm really looking forward to Montana because that's one of the areas that I actually have driven in real life.
Okay.
I hauled cattle into Montana and out of Montana into Alberta, and so yeah, the area around Shelby, Great Falls there, I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, yeah, everything that's north is where you usually find me trucking.
Awesome. And do you play with any mods at all, or are you pretty vanilla when it comes to your trucking?
No, I'm pretty mod heavy. To be
Mod heavy,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you had tried out the Pro Mods Canada, and if you've had a, kind of opinion of how those guys are doing up north there and representing those kind of parts of the regions they've done already.
I am very, very impressed with what you see in Pro Mods Canada. I mean, we all have to keep in mind it is a mod, so it's just it's a hobby for somebody, and for that, they even have the very unique traffic lights that we have, because I don't think the states really have the green flashing left arrow, and we have that one. So to see that in the mod and see it accurately depicted, that was nice. Also, they have Tim Hortons up there, so
that's fantastic. Quite a few people in the stream saying mod heavy is an understatement, and NorthernAlex and mods. Have you seen his farming sim streams?
Do you actually know the exact number of the mods you are using?
some do, yeah. You know what? It changes daily, though. I know I maxed multiplayer sessions out, so
Which is like
where we couldn't have any more.
90 mods or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what? It's funny because I remember someone saying about like, oh, there's a couple of people who've said that they're hitting the mod limits. I'm like, wait, we have quite a high mod limit though. How many mods are they using? Like, I can't imagine using that many mods.
I even saw some.
You're in that demographic. I didn't realize you're up the top there with that many mods.
I even saw someone like complaining that the limit of the mods to be able to turn on for convoy session is way too low. And I would like, wait a minute, it's set up to 90 or 70 mods or something like that. Like, how can that be even like set too low?
Yeah, I don't think it's too low, to be honest.
Okay,
my
here we
personal
go.
opinion. I tried hitting the limit, and I hit the limit once, but I think 70 is a good. You have to keep in mind every mod puts a little bit more strain on your machine too. So it's. But yeah, no, there is this running joke in the community that when it's like, how many mods do you want? Yes.
Yes.
That's
yeah. That's a good answer to have. For sure. And wanted to ask, with your trailers, do you kind of have like a favorite trailer that you haul? Do you have like a custom one that you haul with, or do you prefer to have a certain type of trailer when you're hauling?
I haul a lot of reefers, to be honest. Sorry, Mrs. NorthernAlex just walked past me to stoke the fire a little bit there, and didn't even say hi. So
Okay.
Got to keep the house warm. That's for sure. Though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's it.
This kind of weather.
Keep the house warm. Understandable. Now the big question. This is indeed a big question. Something that I always get very interested in. What our guests are going to say when we ask this question, even, is that as a person who's played our truck sims for quite a long time, coming from the old school roots here, and now playing our current titles, what is something, if you had the power to bring anything into a game, what is something you would like to see implemented into ETS2 and or ATS in the future? Is there something you're just like, you really need to have this? Why is this not here yet? Now's the time to let us know if you have something in your mind, or a few things in your mind.
Well, I think the one thing, and I know it's really difficult to do, but what I really would love is the ability to get out.
That's always been a big one.
Truck up and do kind of a walk around before you go. And that might just me being geeking out because it's what you do in real life. And one could argue, why would you bother? But I think it would add a nice layer. But yeah, that would be the one thing that I could say right now that really... And coming really from old school days, being able to haul overweight or not 100% legal loads size-wise, like overweight or oversized or whatever the case may be, and then, well, if you get stopped at a scale, then you pay the price, and if you make it, then all the more power to you. Like, really go old school, because I remember, was it 18 Wheels Convoy, I think, could do that.
So you mean like to be able to go like overload it or something like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were certain loads that had the little exclamation mark beside it, and if you looked, you were like, I don't know, 6 tons heavy, and so that would be awesome.
Yeah, I guess it would work well within our kind of scaling system. But yeah, I have heard people mention that in the past before, that in the older school games there was the ability to kind of be a little bit naughty and take loads that are kind of like outside of the restrictions, and then get caught up on it. So interesting to know. Yeah,
I be 100% straightforward here. Our loggers up here, yeah, some of them haul a little bit heavy.
Yep.
And by a little bit, I say 12 to 13 tons over.
A little bit, yeah, just a little bit.
Oh my goodness!
Just a few pallets, just a few pallets. Come on.
Wow, that's crazy.
Just a few trees.
Yeah, a few trees, yeah, for sure. Wow, that's crazy. But no, interesting suggestions there for sure. I think both of those are pretty valid. I know, for example, via stream, if you've ever watched any of his content, every time he goes out for a job, he always does his little pre-trip inspection, as humorous as it might look, where he does that really fast camera spin around the truck, saying looks fantastic. He's just like, all right, let's do our safety inspection. It's just like, zoom, okay, we're done. It's pretty funny actually to see. But I know that's always been a big one for a lot of people, to kind of get out of their trucks and kind of look at it from a different perspective, and even just, like you said, fuel it up or inspect the tires or something like this. I think you're right. It definitely would add a nicer element to the game for sure. But who knows what might come in the future? Neither confirming nor denying anything. But it's always nice to hear from our community what they would love to see. Of course, we have our suggestions and wish lists over on the forums as well. So chat, if you have any similar ideas or other ideas that you've always thought would be good for the game, head over to our forums. We'd love to hear your suggestions as well. Man, I've got the delivery music. Has anyone else got that in their ears right now?
I don't know.
The funky delivery music?
No.
I mean,
No.
Nimro, you can't hear it, but I've got the delivery music.
Did I get the music?
Right now. Chat, can you hear the delivery music? Has Nimro got it? Because I know he can't hear it at the moment.
Man, you heard the reverse sound
luck.
Before the stream. Now you are hearing music. No, apparently people didn't hear it. I don't know.
Oh really? Nope, no music. Okay, I guess Nimro's not late. It's just my delivery that seems to have some sort of.
We've been talking about you drinking before streams. Come on, man.
I can hear it in my ears. My delivery is due. Wow, Darius is so far ahead. Wow.
Wait, am I?
He just teleported himself again. You know him.
Did he?
Whoa, Alex! Whoa, Alex! You nearly flipped your trailer right now.
Who, me?
Yeah, he's leaning so hard.
Wait, did I go the wrong way?
Yes, you did.
Most probably, yes.
Oh no.
Of course. It wouldn't be a stream without Darius going the wrong way. I don't think it would be.
So I don't know. Yeah, just keep going. Just keep talking.
Yeah, we will. Don't worry.
As always.
Oh gosh. Oh well. Were you gonna say something, Alex? There? I don't know. You wanted to chime in on something.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, we had rain in the stream at the beginning, so that was what it has to have to be one of my streams, and now you have also Lost Areas. So
it's a perfect start to 2022. Yeah, wouldn't want it any other way. I think kind of got it all back and running again for the New Year's, and of course we're very excited to do lots of streams going into the New Year.
Feel free to overtake me,
imagine
guys.
yourself, Alex. You are as well. Imagine you are excited for the new year and what it might bring for your channel and your community as well.
Yes, I am indeed.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you have any big plans for your stream, or if you're just gonna hope to grow it more or anything like that.
Yeah, well, that would be absolutely the ideal, to grow to the point that it's sustainable, as opposed to doing it full time again. That would be awesome, but we'll see what the year brings. The sky is the limit, as they say.
Absolutely. No, we're hopeful for you. Hopefully that can be a possibility for you. For sure.
Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, we're not too far away from our delivery zone here, so we'll get ourselves delivered here as well. Chat, if you have any questions as well for the NorthernAlex who's joining us on the stream today, post them in the chat as well. As we've got a couple more minutes here left.
Food?
Oh, we didn't even mention food, but now you've ruined it. Now you've ruined it. Now he's mentioned
There we
food.
But
go.
I actually wanted to ask you guys, what have
Go on.
you been eating on a New Year's Eve, guys?
Oh, for Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Treat us. Make us drooling.
Go on, Alex. You can go first. I imagine maybe you had something quite unique up there in the north for your Christmas or New Year's.
No, to be honest
No?
with you, it's not very unique. What we do is we really take the easy out. There's a lot of finger foods. There's smiley fries and chicken strips and stuff like that.
chicken
Like
strips, yeah.
everything that you can just put on a platter, and then you just walk around the kitchen aisle and you load the plate up, and fairly low key with us, to be honest.
Perfect.
No, nothing special.
I mean, that actually sounds like wonderful. Like when there are chicken strips, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I'm buying that.
I mean, you guys in the Czech Republic, don't you? Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you put a fish in the bathtub for Christmas?
Yes.
Is that
Yeah.
as strange as it sounds? It's a carp, right?
It's a thing.
Is it?
Carp
Yeah, it's a
for
carp.
Christmas?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
a lot of families still do this. Like they buy the still alive carp, like a few days before Christmas, and they keep it alive in the bathtub. Actually, yeah. And usually the kids from that families start to build up a relationship with that carp, like name it and start liking it, and then it ends up with a lot of cries from the kids when they realize that that's what they are eating, or the second version, the better version, is that they are actually not going to eat it, and they are bringing it back to some pond or something like that.
Oh, really? Because they don't
Yeah.
want to kill it?
Yeah.
I see.
Oh man.
Interesting. And what kind of meal do they usually make from the carp though? Is it like
It's kind of
is it a fish soup?
Yeah,
or-
it's kind of a fillet with in a kind of a I don't know what's the English word for it, but it's some kind of a crusty fish fillet out of it.
crusty fish.
It's not that bad, but for me, I don't like the meat of this fish. It's so fat and muddy meat. It's not really like.
Not a salmon, hey?
Yeah, it's not a salmon. Yeah. So
Dang.
I don't
And,
eat it.
So what did you have for Christmas then, or New Year's? What did you eat, Nemo?
Me, to be honest, me and my girlfriend ordered a burger for Christmas. Yeah.
Wow.
But you know me. I don't celebrate Christmas at all, so
Understandable.
we just
yeah.
treated ourselves with a big fat burger from a very good local burger pub, or how to call it, and it was brilliant.
Very nice. And how about you, Darius? How did you go about celebrating your New Year's and Christmas with food?
Well, I mean, I kind of discussed this during the last stream, that we are usually having in our family the fish fingers,
Fish fingers? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so it's like fish that's not actually fish.
Yeah.
And then you fry it. So yeah.
That's like a childhood favorite for us here in the UK. It's like you have fish finger sandwiches. We usually put them in between bread with ketchup.
Wait,
That's-
really?
That's like a childhood thing, for
And
children.
like
That's
fried?
kind of a
You
student
normally
No,
life
we
thing.
don't. We don't put fries in them. No, you just have the fish fingers and you put them inside a sandwich with some ketchup, and that's it.
No, I
it's
mean
just
if
bread.
the fish fingers are fried, so you put it
Yes,
fried.
of course.
Yeah,
into
breadcrumbs. Yeah, it's fried. Yeah.
breadcrumbs. Oh yeah, breadcrumbs is the word. Breadcrumbs.
Oh, is that what you meant by crusty?
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Crusty breadcrumbs.
Close enough.
I probably should say crispy or something like that.
Crispy. Yeah, it's probably a better word.
Maybe.
Amazing. Sounds good. And I guess then I probably had the fanciest kind of Christmas dinner of all. We kind of take it seriously for our family. I guess you have a big traditional Christmas dinner, which
I actually saw your photos over Facebook.
for us here in the UK,
Alex.
we usually have a turkey.
Damn, that
and then
was
one
looking
other
good.
side meat.
Yeah.
And since we moved out here into the village, there's a lot of farms here. So we actually locally sourced a majority of our meat and veggies from local farms within a 10, 20 mile radius, which was really fantastic. And so yeah, we had turkey and gammon, so pork, on the side that we're cooking for quite a few hours on Christmas Day.
Imagine having a turkey and then on the side another type of meat.
I know.
It can't get any better.
But it's only at Christmas that we ever do that. You know, it's just a Christmas, strictly Christmas. And then, you know, we had this huge turkey that we just didn't realize how big it was. And now we're having turkey for the rest of the year. So that's all we have on the menu because there's just so much kind of like leftover from that turkey. I think it was like a 6 kilogram bird that we had this year. So it's pretty big. So, but yeah, that's what we do for Christmas meals here in the UK with some roast vegetables and so roast potatoes, vegetables, Yorkshire pudding, and some stuffing on the side as well with some gravy. And yeah, you're pretty good from there. So that's our food, and it's making me very hungry now.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Considering I haven't had
Sounds
dinner,
amazing.
I'm not sure if you've had breakfast yet or not, Alex.
Yeah, I did.
You have anything
Just
nice for
just
breakfast?
before the stream. No, it was just some. What was it actually this morning? Oh, oatmeal. That's right.
Oatmeal? Oh, nice.
Mhm. Yep,
Keeping it
fresh
simple.
oatmeal.
With a maple
Yeah.
syrup.
Yes, actually.
Oh yeah.
Do you get your maple syrup fresh? Do you have your own maple farm out back that you tap the trees with? Or
No, well, no, most of the maple syrup, as far as I know, is coming from Quebec, and that's what 3,800 kilometers.
oh wow, a little bit of a trip
East.
then. Yeah.
So yeah. But no, maple syrup. That is not a. That is not even. I know it's very stereotypical, but it's not. We take our maple syrup seriously. That's where the joking stops.
I mean, I love it.
Serious business.
To be honest, I love it. I don't know if that maple syrup that one can get here in Czech Republic is legit or any good, or if, I bet there, you know, some fresh maple syrup back there in Canada is way better. But I love it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maple syrup bacon. Now you're just gonna start things here.
I know. Yep.
Yum.
I can already hear my stomach rumbling. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, it's dinner time over there. No, what is it
Yeah,
now?
it
10?
is. It's 6 p.m. for me here in the UK, and
Prepare
about
for
7 p.m. for you
flashbang.
guys.
Oh yeah, right. It's 11. Right.
Flashbang incoming.
Oh, is it coming in?
Yep.
Oh,
there it is.
okay. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, we've all ended our deliveries here in the industry here at. Is it called apps? Yeah.
Where's
We're
Darius?
gonna line up here in our.
I'm just
drafts.
like
You here?
silently relishing in the moment of actually finishing hard parking.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Nice one.
yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, as tradition, per the end, we're going to get ourselves a little group photo here that we'll post onto our Twitter and Instagram and other social platforms as well. Alex, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the stream today. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
joining us and being awake early for us as well. Since East Coast or not just East Coast actually. I think you're on the West Coast actually. Alberta. I don't know.
No, I'm not even.
More
I'm
north.
Mountain time.
Mountain time
So-
in the middle.
Yep.
Perfect. So, but yeah, no, we appreciate you either way, taking the time to come out and drive with us, and maybe while we just have a couple of minutes here, while we take some photos, to kind of just plug your socials and your streams again, and where people can find you, and anything else you want to say or shout out to the community.